Welcome everybody to Iconic TV. Today we are talking about how do you build in a subscription model into your business, and why do you need to do it? Why would it be so powerful for your business? And one of the reasons why you actually want to have a subscription-based business is because it actually becomes a form of passive income. We all know we're working too hard. We are stressed and we're struggling, and people are frustrated that they're not making the kind of money that they want. There's a lot of people out there who are very afraid of or don't know how to build a high ticket model like we recommend. So here's what we're talking about today. This is a topic for anybody. You've heard it, you've seen it, they're everywhere. Subscription model businesses. And you can also think of it as a membership type of business. Either one, they're interchangeable. But as we go forward into the rest of the year and into the next year, where we're going to see a lot of upheaval in the markets, this is something that can build some stability into your business. And if you want some of that, you want to be able to know, how do I actually have my income go up on a trajectory rather than up and down and up and down? Well, using a subscription-based or membership-based business is the way to do it. I'm going to show you this very quickly. And no matter where you are, we talk a lot here about taking your business from 6 figures, stretching it out all the way to 7 figures, but in 1 year or less, without the stress and the struggle and the overwhelm. There's a way to do it very, very simply. But this day, we are talking about a methodology that you can use in your business, whether you're at 6 figures or 7 figures or 8 figures. And this is something that is going to catapult your business to another level without you working harder or without you spending a fortune on marketing or advertising. So why do you even need this? We talked about it. It's going to give your business some consistency. It's going to give you consistent revenue. And you also will find out that you have more places to go. You'll have a broader range of potential clients. Some people may not be ready for you. For example, we have a high ticket consulting that we do. And if you're ready to scale your business to and past 7 figures, that's one of the things that we specialize in. But some people cannot afford that. They're not at that level. So, but they still need the information and the intel. So we have a subscription model where people can get warmed up and learn everything that they need to do to get to that 6 figures so that they can then scale it to 7 figures. So in your business, if you have a high ticket, for example, and there are people that are like, I just can't afford you, this is a perfect way to get people into your system, get them comfortable with you, have a taste of what you do. And then when they're ready, when they've made money off of your information, then they can come into a higher ticket model. So how do we look at this and what do we need to do? In order to start a subscription model, there's a few things that you need to do. I put these in order for you. So first of all, you're going to start off by doing some market research and make sure that you understand the demand for what you're doing. Do you actually know your market? So if you already have a product, hopefully you really know your market and what do they want. And you want something unique, something different. Because if it's just another newsletter, have you guys ever seen that when you go to somebody's website and they're like, hey, sign up for my newsletter. And you're like, why? It's so 1980s. So don't do anything that's boring and what everyone else did. Right? You want something completely unique, something different, because people love new. They're like, wow, that's a head turner. Okay. Then they're going to go with what you have. So you also want to fix, who are your target customers? Exactly are they? Who are they? And what is the problem that you're addressing? You might solve many problems, but they might not be the ones perfect for this subscription. You might have different needs for different customers, but the subscription needs to be a specific problem that you're dealing with. And then you're going to develop your prototype or box or, education piece, if that's what it is. Research the pricing. Now, researching the pricing is very important because for some people, they are just using this as a test. They want to see what it's like to work with you. And so they're not going to risk a lot. A lot of times you'll see subscription models priced lower. And the reason for that is you're going for a broader audience. You're getting more of a mass market, you're getting lower ticket, but more people. And then people aren't as likely to cancel after 3 months, which is the typical amount, if they have something that is actually affordable for them. Okay. So make sure you're doing the right pricing. What is the right pricing? If you need some help with this, just hit hashtag call, and I'll help you out with that. It is probably one of the most important things, because you could do everything right and have the perfect unique offer and great bonuses and everything, and it's perfect for that person. But if you don't have it priced right, nothing's going to happen. Okay. And so you really need to get Goldilocks pricing, right? Not too high, not too low. It's got to be just right. Then let's take a look at the other things that you're going to need to do after you research the pricing. Don't just use what everybody else does. Okay. You need a landing page, not a website, someplace that they can go. What is their opt-in page? Where are they going to get just enough information, not too much, but just enough to go ahead and sign up to get started? And then you want all of your whole marketing plan. Right? You need to follow a strategic marketing plan, because the second they sign up, then you have to have a whole back end to that as far as the welcome and the messaging, and I'll show you all of that. And then if you have a physical product, you also need to arrange transportation. How is that product going to get to the person's house? Okay. If you have an information product, then you might want a combo, because just because it's information, sometimes it makes a lot of sense to go ahead and offer them an actual physical product. So we've had times where we would give, once they signed up, you get a hat or a baseball cap or a gift or a book. And there's a new version right now, kind of a trending way to do subscription models, is that you have information, but it's not digital. You actually send it to them, but you start them out with a little trial of maybe $7 for the first digital version. And then when their short trial period is over with, then you start sending them regular monthly physical items in the mail. People love getting things in the mail. That's one of the best ways to do it. A lot of people getting started start with all digital, but let me tell you, the physical part of it, getting something in the mail, will help your retention rate. So those are the things that you're going to need to start. But what are some of the problems with subscription models? This is where people go wrong. They're not updated enough. If you've got people sticking, it's because you're giving them new content all the time. Sometimes people run out of ideas and then they don't know what to do. The other thing that's a problem is a high churn rate. People come in and then they leave. Once they leave, it's pretty much impossible to get them back. You can do it sometimes, but it's very hard. Sometimes you have a small TAM, a total addressable market, and your market's not big enough to support the goals of what you want to achieve. And you might lack additional offers. Maybe you just have, okay, this is one thing that I have, and then people get bored very quickly these days. So you want to make sure, well, what can I take them to next? What else can I add into that? Another thing is chargebacks. Some people don't set theirs up right away. And if they don't have the understanding that you're going to be charged monthly, then people will go do chargebacks. Some people do it anyway, but you want to make sure you don't do that, because you could lose your merchant privileges if that happens to you. And there is a lack of marketing continuity. If you don't keep it up, if you're not continually marketing this and promoting it, then that's it. Some people think I can just launch it and then I don't have to do anything else. That's false. I'm going to give you the 3-step launch model in a minute, so don't go away for that. Okay, stay there. And then the other thing that causes a problem is the lack of connection with the client. Yes, you have a subscription model, but people still want to know who you are. They don't just want to get the thing. They do want to connect with you. The more you can create and establish some sort of intimacy with your audience, the longer they will stay. So those are the problems. Now you know how to get it started. What I want to do next is let's take a look at how to design. This is really simple. You have to know, what are your deliverables? What is the frequency? How often are they going to get it? And what is the platform? The deliverables, the frequency, and the platform. Those are the 3 things that you need to focus on when you're thinking about designing this. What am I going to give to them? How am I going to get it to them? How often? And through what mechanism? Is it going to be an online platform? Are you going to be shipping it? What shipper are you going to use? There's a lot of different ways. You can think about some of these platforms that have a subscription membership type model. How many of you out there are on Netflix? Has anyone ever done a Netflix binge? Okay, so that's an idea. Amazon is a subscription-based model. There are, Butcher Box, right? If you like to get grass-fed meats and things like that, Vital Choice is something I've used for probably 15 years. And that's where you can get mercury-free fish delivered to your door. And it's awesome. And it comes in this cool styrofoam cold pack thing. It's so cool. And you never have to worry about getting mercury-laden food. So I've been doing that, oh my gosh, probably for 15 years. If you give them exactly what they want for the problem they are trying to solve, it will work. So you really have to know that. And how is it delivered? Keep in mind, the cost of your subscription is going to be tied to the delivery. If it's all online and educational, it's very affordable. But if it's something like food where you have to have it packed or shipped on a certain day, we're just looking at a company to buy, and it's a smoothie company, and they deliver smoothies to your door. All the ingredients for a smoothie, you just have to add the liquid. So there's all kinds of things. I'm going to go over the different types of industries to give you some ideas. And I also want to let you know that if you want the checklist, here's the checklist for everything that we're talking about and the different ideas and the different kinds of companies and things that you can actually start, just to give you some ideas of what is actually out there. So if you want to start something and you want to get started and think, well, where do I start? How do I do this? I want you to also think that there's 4 marketing channels that you need to consider. You want to have email marketing, your social media marketing, influencer partnerships, and content marketing. Those are the 4 things that you need to really focus on to figure out, how do I get the word out there? So I want to make sure that you look at, hey, if you don't know email, you don't have an email structure, or you don't have a social media base, or you don't know how to connect with influencers, or you're not really good at creating content, this might not be the thing for you. Okay. How are you going to get the word out? And you're just looking at, make sure that you have some presence out there. People are going to check you out. If you don't have a way for people to find you or see you after they see what you're offering, make sure you do something like this. If you don't have like Google My Business, go ahead and do that. It's important to get the reviews. You have to be responsive and communicate. So if you want to know, how do I get the message out there? How do I boost my brand? How do I get people to think, oh, she knows what she's talking about, and I can check them out with reviews? Then just type #Google. I will show you how you can do that for your own business, so you can get free Google advertising and all of that for $20 a month. It's amazing. So if you're going to have a subscription and membership model, keep in mind, people want to know, what is your reputation? Can they trust you? What I want to show you also is, how do you know this will work? Is this ever going to work, or is it just going to be another thing that you try and nothing works out? So the first thing you want to understand is you need to do lots of testing. Test out your offers, test out your marketing, test out your product, test the market. There's lots of testing that you need. And then feedback. Get some feedback. Do some surveys. Find out what people think about what you are offering, and then iterate. Once you know, okay, looks like we got a little bit more feedback, we got a few more people subscribing, then you want to iterate. You want to then check and see, okay, we've done the testing, we've gotten the feedback, we've done surveys, we've talked to the market, we've fixed a few things, and then again, it comes down to the pricing. Those are the things that you really have to look at when you're trying to build this out. Again, if you want the checklist of everything, write #subscription, and that will get you everything you need. Now, the question is, what do you put in it? Okay. How do you know what is the right thing to put in for what you're creating? Okay. So let me show you this. Here's the subscriptions model by industry. And depending on the type of business you are in, you want to make sure you know your numbers. There's something called a churn rate. And the churn rate is all about how long will people stick? How long will they stay? And so these are some of the common industries that you can work in. You might be in media and streaming services, and that is like Netflix. You could be in the fitness space and have some fitness memberships. Food is in there, Birchbox, those kind of things. You could also be in software and SaaS. That's a common subscription model. There's also another big trend is the subscription boxes. And you see this with makeup, the food that I was talking about. It can be crafts. It could be candles or oils. There's so many different things that people use in this subscription box where you get an actual physical box. So has anyone ever gotten some of those things? And sometimes you partner with other people and they put samples in, and then every month you get a new thing. Why do those work really well? The reason subscription boxes work really well is because it's a surprise. Every month you're getting something new. You don't actually know what it is. And people love a gift. People love getting boxes. Why do you think Amazon is so big? Because people love, oh, I got a box, I got something. Even my dog loves it when we get Amazon. He just sits there and looks up like, what do I have? Probably a bone. So these are the different types that you can have. And then, of course, the education and information, probably the biggest market because it's very low cost, so easy to put together. But on that one, you probably have some of the highest churn because people's attention span gets short. So you want to make sure you're putting out things that people want. All right. So in here, if you look at that, that tells you what is the churn? How quickly do people burn out on these things and how long do they stay? That's very, very important for you to understand. So the other thing that you want to know is what is the perfect thing? What is the perfect subscription? Would you like to know what that looks like? Let me show you. So what we have done is shown you the perfect subscription model, and you can take a look at that on your own. Okay. And ours is called the Iconic MBA. So think about someone getting an MBA. We have a person in our company who just got their MBA just finished their MBA 4.0, working full time and got an MBA. We have another person going for the MBA, another one going for the MBA. And Angie DeVise is the one who just finished her MBA, got 4.0, and now she's going on for her PhD. So the MBA here is a subscription model for people who say, I know I need to grow my business. I need to build my business. I know these steps I need to do, but I don't have the ability or the time to go and coach with somebody. Just give me everything that I can consume on my own and just do it. So if you like self-serve, or if you're busy or whatever, the Iconic MBA is perfect for that. It's a monthly business accelerator. So every single week, you'll get a new assignment from us. It'll be in the right format that you need. If you're a visual learner, if you're auditory, if you're kinesthetic, you want to hold something, all three modes that you can learn in, you will get. And you get to keep everything. And then every week you get a new lesson and a review, and you can watch it. It's in bite-sized pieces. So imagine that if you could get an MBA in business and you could do it at home on your own, get everything that it would happen if you were working with us, but now you can do it at your pace, at your convenience. So like a lot of people go for online MBAs. So how you want to build the perfect subscription model is you want proven fresh content. It's got to be specific and relevant to your audience, spaced repetition. What is the delivery method that they're going to get? Are they going to constantly get more, get improvement, feel better? What is the outcome that they will have? And then are you over delivering? How are you giving them more than they expect and building in surprises, even gamifying it if you can? How do you get connection with these people? How do you stay connected so it's not just every time they see it, they think about, oh, I'm getting a bill. I'm paying for this. You want to make sure that you are actually connected with them in person, and it's got to be affordable. Now, it's affordable to them. Affordable could be different things. For some people, it's $7. For others, it's $100 or $500. But it has to be affordable for what it is. And if you want to have the Iconic MBA, if you want to build that 7-figure business and you want to do it at your pace, but every day, every week, you want to get a new piece of information to move your business forward at your pace, then you want the Iconic MBA. And if you want to take a look at that, just go to Connie Scavella. So that is the model for the perfect Subscription is the Iconic MBA. It has everything in the right pace, in the right order, the right delivery content, the right connections, and the right price. So just go to conniescavella.com/MBA. You'll see exactly how you can build out your own MBA program. Okay. So now once you have everything ready, you're ready to launch it. You know what you need. You've built it out. You know how to reduce your churn rate. Remember, churn rate is, if you think about it, if you're churning something, there's agitation. And if you aren't delivering the things to everybody, if they're not getting enough emails about it or too many, if they don't have connection with you, if it's not something that they think is going to benefit them, they're going to churn, they're going to turn out. So you have to use the right information. But you want to launch this, right? You want to launch this in the right way. So here is the 3-step launch formula that you're going to need. And this will help you put out the perfect subscription or membership model. So you ready? 4 weeks before you launch, this is your pre-launch. You're just getting everything ready. You haven't fired anything up yet. So you're going to create your compelling marketing materials, your landing page. It's not just your regular website. You can have early bird signups and waitlists even. Waitlists can work great. Then you're going to want to share teasers and sneak peeks and on social media. Hey, this is coming out. Build up the anticipation for this, not hype, not hyperbole, but get them hyped up about this. And then you want to send some teaser emails to your list. This is when you want to start growing your list. And you have 4 weeks. So this gives you time, even if you have a brand new cold list, you can warm up that list. And then you're also going to prepare high quality content for your initial members. Spend some time during this pre-launch period to really build up high quality content. Again, the key thing about your subscription or membership-based business, you want to have content that people are needing, not things that they can just go on YouTube or somewhere else and pick it up or, scroll and find it or open a book. Yours has to be unique if you want them to stick. So now that is the pre-launch. Here's what you do during the launch. After that 4-week pre-launch, then you want to announce on all the platforms, on social media, on email, website, anywhere, go into networking events, speak anywhere you can about what is coming up. Then you want to host an event. It could be a Q&A, it could be a live webinar, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you can, everybody there all at once, you can answer their questions. And then, because the live is what people want, they want to connect with you. And then on that live event, then you want to offer some extra things because these are the first people. These are your founders, if you will. Offer some one-time bonuses for people to sign up. So if you saw our MBA and our Iconic MBA, and you're like, hey, I would love to work with you guys, but I could never gonna afford it right now, come into the Iconic MBA. It's everything I would teach you if you were working with me, but it's on your pace. And if you're watching this now, all you have to do is use the coupon code subscription and you would get half off of our current thing. This is for through the end of the month, you would get 50% off of our Iconic MBA. So that's what you want to do when you launch it and put it out there. Give somebody like, wow, can I have twice as much? Or can I have it for half as much? What can you offer people so that they can really feel like, yes, I want to do this right now. Okay. So now you have the pre-launch, you have the launch. Now we have the post-launch. The post-launch is just as important. Why is the post-launch important? When you have a subscription or membership business, is because you want them to stay. Just so you know, if you have just a newsletter, people will stay about 3 months. If you have something where people, maybe you have a course and like, oh, it's month to month, guess what? They're going to be gone in 3 months. So when you have a physical brick and mortar business, oftentimes this is where you can really, really shine because people know they can still come into your store and do business with you and stay connected and still get the subscription. So it doesn't matter if you're online or offline. Subscription and membership-based businesses are a dream. And then now what happens post-launch? After you've launched, you're going to send them their welcome emails and packages. You're going to keep engaging with them with regular updates, exclusive content, little surprises and things like that. You can gamify, you can have contests, and then you want to collect feedback. Figure out, how are people liking this? Make changes along the way. That's the iterate that we talked about. And then continue your marketing efforts. Now that you have your regular people, you want to continue the marketing. This is where you get testimonials and success stories. And that is what's going to continue to attract more and more people to your program. So very important that you follow those steps. That 3-step launch formula makes it so easy. And each one only has 3 or 4 steps. You don't have to make this complicated, but you do have to make it good. If you're just trying to use this as a way to just slap some things on there, no. Building the best subscription or membership model, you really do need to do your prep. You really need to make sure everything is aligned, that you have your marketing aligned, your brand aligned, your story, your personal story, your business story. You know your pricing, and then you know how you're going to deliver that. Do you have the money? Do you have connections? Do you have a backup if your sources disappear? Do you have enough creative ideas that people are going to want to stay? So I highly encourage you to build out your own subscription model, especially if you like passive income. But if you know you need to grow your business, and maybe this is one of the things that you need to build out, but you don't know how to do it, you don't have the marketing tools or anything, what if we gave it all to you? Okay, everything that I showed you that you have to do to build out a subscription model, guess what? It's in our iconic MBA. So if you want to know what does it look like, and can I get all of these tools? Absolutely. Just go ahead and ask for the iconic MBA. That is going to be the perfect model. All you have to do is go to conniescavella.com.